Hey there folks, Coolkermit here, and I'm here with another video game review. And to celebrate the new King Kong film, Kong Skull Island, I decided to do a little video game that involves giant monsters and robots facing each other. And today we're playing War of the Monsters, an excellent fighting game that features all the giant monsters and robots. So this game's actually pretty good to play. Now there are a few modes here, but we'll get to those in a sec. Now there are adventure, which is a story mode for monsters. Free for all, you face against other people. Endurance, I don't know what that means. But basically you can play as other people too. There are unlockables, but we'll get to those. Now, there are two monsters to unlock, but they kind of take a while. As seeing I have more battle points, the monsters to unlock are 2,000, so that's going to take a while to unlock. The two monsters are Zorgolin and Reptos. So basically, and you can unlock costumes for the monsters, which I'll be showing you in just a minute. And that is actually pretty awesome. Now, in order to continue your story, you have to load the game. But let's get to the character selection, shall we? Now the total of 10 characters to choose from. Like I said, the other two are unlocked, so we had to unlock them soon. Now, some monsters bear some resemblance to monsters from the 50s era, such as Togara, Freighter, and Konga, who looks a bit like King Kong, only his fur is brown. Not to get in trouble with King Kong or anything. But there's also robots in there, like Robot 47, and even robots that feature tokusatsu robots, like Ultra 5, who kind of reminds me of Gundam or one of those 1960s robots. And yeah, the game is set in the 1950s, and there are some stages to choose from, which is pretty cool. There are about 13 stages. But now, let's get to the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is actually quite simple. It's quite actually a monster fighter, but with monsters in it. You see, there's Togara on the ground, and there's me, playing Konga. Besides, the new King Kong film is coming up in theaters, and I want to take my chance at what the series can do. Whoop! That was a bad move. So basically, the controls are simple. The square button allows you to fight the light attacks. The triangle button is used for heavy attacks. Or you're in mid-range, you can use long-range attacks. You can also pick up health power items by going for the green atomic. Whoa, that was a bad one. But yeah, if the blue bar indicates your energy, and if you waste too much energy, you won't be able to fight for a while. But the funny thing, if you actually get one of the buildings to crumble on your opponent, that counts as automatic defeat of sudden death. If you come across a red power web like this here, then you can do a special attack. Something like this. Yeah, like that. But you can also get it again by using it. You can do different types of attacks by pressing both. By pressing the square and triangle button in different combo. But then there's also special type by holding either triangle and circle or square and X. Oof, that was a bad one. But yeah, let's see what other characters we have to find, shall we? And I forgot to mention that the loading screens are actually posters of 1950s monster classics. Basically, some posters like Godzilla, King Kong, or any other monsters from the Showa or Heisei era. And see, we have Buster, and there's me as Robot V. But basically, yeah, and the costume and skins are actually robots in story mode. Now, you can fight in 1, 2, or 3 monsters if you have the multi-tap for a friend to play as. But basically, the gameplay is actually pretty redundant. As well, you can also lock on your opponent by holding R1 and R1 in the same position. And I'm getting my ass kicked to me. But let's see what other mode. Let's see. There's also mini games and also other stuff to unlock. Now the 3 stages that have to be unlocked are the UFO, the Capitol, and the volcano. Those are the only places you have to unlock. Now basically, lock on the monster is pretty redundant. It's actually hard to unlock them. But let's see what the story mode has to offer. Now, the story mode is actually quite a little interesting, because when you play a different character, different things happen in the story. Like, there's also boss battles in story mode, but the boss battles are pretty tricky. So I need to take a lot of practice to work. And see, I'm playing again as Konga, again, doing the celebration for the King Kong movie. And Toga, it kind of reminds me of Godzilla, if you ask me. And I know there's gonna be a King Kong versus Godzilla film in the next few years' time, after the King Kong film, and a Godzilla sequel, mind you, coming up soon. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the King Kong film because it's been over a year since King Kong first showed up in theaters. Besides Peter Jackson's King Kong, mind you. Yeah, blocking can be a tough thing if the monster is too close to you. You can also climb by pressing the circle button. I forgot to add that part. And see, I took down Togura, and the story follows on. And of course, the military hates monsters as well. And they send out the big robot. Which, I'm very against robots. But, robots are not that bad. Boom! And yeah, and that's pretty much about it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this game or anything else, be sure to click my subscribe button, or you can check out my playlist that involves other monsters. Until then, just click on my 5-sign out and sure. God, I love monsters.